So from April low, it is the I was looking at this AI. Where's I don't know where it went. Um, so here's April low. RSI had oversold. That was back here. 6.9% dip right there. Then it had a melt up. So the previous correction that we're talking about is 5.8 down to the 65.17 November low. This is where the RSI went oversold. That was down what, 18.15. Made his way back up. So does the, RSI went like this. Now from this high that we made here is 7,001 or 7,002, something like that. All the high is the 52 weeks high, basically all-time high. And it's been for what, 21 days now. So this entire box right there is 21 days. So based on the percentage, 5.4, 5.8, and 6.9. The volatility spiked here, volatility spiked here, and volatility spiked here. There's nothing new to it. It's not like no one has ever seen a 5% dip before. Can it be 6%? Possible. Can it go 6%, 7%? Yeah. So we're just repeating the same thing here. Now we're back down to 18.53 compared to 18.15. So now the question is, does the market takes out this low? If that happens, this thing's gonna go even more deeper. Or it just gets some sort of a relief bounce from here. So there is a pretty good chance for a bounce. Market don't stay oversold for too long. I will tell you that. So the 4 months of price action from here to here is what the market is same thing. Rallied sideways. So same thing here in Qs. Rallied, double top, and I was pulling back. Now here's the thing about tech is S&P, semis, Dow Jones, Russell, like the all IWM, they all made a new all-time high. Tech is the only one that just has double top, hasn't made a new high yet. So here's the the high was made here back in November, 637 637 came up close to 636.60. It made a new high. S&P made a new high right here. This candle right there. So how many highs the S&P has made? And there's not a single high made here. So now if you look at the price from here here to here. And how many highs here was made? And then not a single high was made here from since this. Look, you can just look at all the side by side. So somebody's trying to tell me this that the S&P is going to make that many highs and all the other tech ETFs and everything, but QQQ, XLK, and NDX cash not going to make a new high this year. I mean, come on. All the rest of them did. It's just the rotation is just the what is in play. I know it's annoying. I know it's like everybody is like pissed off, losing money. Oh, try trade less. You're not gonna lose much. And oversizing trades, trading way too many positions all at once. Yeah. Ranges is that's the number one cause of destroying capital and your accounts. Range bound market is very hard to trade. It's all talk. So, try to make a spread of 600 and 620 right now on just to see what it looks like. Try to make a spread of 600 and 620, 20-point wide spread. Watch what you will pay for the spread compared to what your reward is. And you like literally slightly out of the money. If you end up probably gonna is probably let's say if the spread costs you $1,000, okay, the payout on this one is roughly 750 bucks. That's your risk to reward right now because of the elevated premium. This is on a spread. Now, if you're gonna buy one call or a put, what do you think that one's gonna pay you? You need twice as big a move to get paid. Yeah, when Ivy spikes, options is the worst um, place that you could do. Like you can possibly trade. You're way better off trading futures. You don't have to worry about elevated premiums. You don't have to worry about time decay. You don't have to worry about gamma. You don't have to worry about vega. You simply carry a delta. It's always the best way to trade is to trade futures. Regular options is terrible. I've been I'm looking at tried I was trying to make uh, spreads yesterday to see how much what it looks like is terrible. Even if you make a 620 and 635 call spread, still. And as soon as the IV will drop, then the same spread can cost you 700 bucks against 12 or 1300 bucks.
So why did you buy these single calls for
One
QQQ?
is good, well, because one first I'm going way out on time. So the most of the premiums are always going to be elevated as the in a 1 month time frame. So longer you stretches out on time, Ivy cools off, right? Because there's a lot of time left. So instead, it's just for as a starter, you'd rather just go out further on time, see where the how like the overall market plays out. I'm not really like hanging on to 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 the the trade. I mean, I got plenty of time that if let's say in a week or two, I go right back to hit 620, I'll cash it out and move on. Okay. It's not something I'm willing to hold it like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna hold this thing all the way to 700, 800. We're not, we don't have that picture yet. Trying to trade something, okay, well, if there's a potential bounce, okay, well, cash it out and move on. But I'm not gonna try to make spreads closer to expiration 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks out and just pay these premiums and hope that yeah there's going to be a big reversal is going to happen and those and the spread is going to play out. We just the this 3 weeks is just is I've never pretty rare. It's it only happens once right here. It's a whole QQQ chart that was back from $19 from 2022. Sorry, 2002. It's only happened once right here. Second time. We have three weekly dojis. Nowhere else. It's such a rare. Either we're gonna see a big pop next week, or we just gonna sold off hard right here. So what happened this time here? One doji, second doji, third doji. This one, you see, got a huge reversal bar. Then made another weak rally, then backed off. So that's the only time that happened before back in. You have three doji side by side. Anything yellow is doji because I have this candle pattern. It highlights everything. So the red boxes basically makes a bearish um, pattern. Green makes a bullish pattern. So it looks for two candles to make the case. Depends how it closes. It's a very good like any green box basically have 2 weeks that identify next week either a leg up or leg down. See, this is a bearish pattern, leg down, bullish pattern, rallied, bearish, leg down. So anywhere the red boxes are, you look for expect them leg lower. Any green boxes, you expect the week higher. So it tells you all there. The green, higher bar. So anything yellow is the doji. Doji here, doji here. So that's what the software does. It automatically picks it up. See, this is a bullish structure, higher week. So I look for these things, but I don't make calls like, you know, yeah, next week is gonna. I don't do that. Even the fact that I have a pretty good idea that how the next week will go, but I don't do that. It's just not my style. Because people have always, what do you think was gonna happen next week? Well, I don't know that. We'll figure it out. But I do watch them, like, but I don't address this thing. You see, like this one, um, side by side. So it was a huge range here for this week, and then from there it failed. This one right there worked. This one worked. So you just basically look for like a next week play to see how you can make the case. Depends what the direction of the swing is. So technically, if you had a bearish pattern, yeah, then you expect a like this one failed. I mean, like see, this is a bearish pattern right here, but what happens next week? Market rallied, then went sideways. This is a bearish pattern, leg down, bearish pattern, leg up. So it's just again, you can't be too sure about how it's gonna Yeah, a lot of them, lot of time it does play out, but some of them is gonna go against you. Here's the bearish pattern right here. Market get a pop. Then it got lower. This one right there, 2 weeks of bearish pattern. Market took a leg down. So this time it's the same way. Green up, red down, yellow, neutral. So what we have now is neutral. Even the fact that here was a bullish case, but it didn't happen. Oh, actually it did. From here, you see it went up a new high. This high right there. And then it made a new high to 616. They just depend on a close, where the close was. And now we're down to three yellow boxes. I have three in a row. So we'll see what happens. I
So,
mean,
Mo, we don't know what's going to happen in Iran, but next week we have a big event coming up, NVIDIA. And so, does NVIDIA charts tell you anything?
I mean, we're watching rotation. Is just nothing showed up here.
And also, we have MU earnings next week.
Yeah, I mean, we S&P down right now for four consecutive lower closes now, so meaning it's down for 4 days in a row. So the last time that happened, back here, 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 and now again here. One, two, three, four. So you have four consecutive closes. That's what these arrows are for. That doesn't mean that those mark the full bottom, but you know, my S&P don't not gonna be down 7, 8, 9 days in a row. Stocks can, but not the indexes. They don't stretch that far on a drawdown. I mean, we're closed at what 66.32. There's a pretty good chance that we're gonna get a pop to 67 minimum at least. I mean, I don't know if this is the low. If it's real simple, we just draw our fibs from this low to this high. So 67 is at 23.1. You see, and 65 is 38.2. So our first upside zone from any low is going to be this. Then if the market really might trying to make a move, 68, 68.52, and 69. So that's the upside path. Now, if it makes a new low, it depends what the low is. If it goes back to this, then the 60, what, 65.23, then will become 66.37. So anywhere the low was made, it just the upside number will any number will come down, so does the upside number will come down. So it depends where the low is. So if we poked another low at, let's say, 6600 on Monday, then the next pop will be right back to 6692. So we'll call it 6700, give or take. If it goes down to here, all done down to this. So it depends. Are we done if we come down to 6500, and then the next pop will be 66. So you just look for that 100, approximately 100 point move back toward the 23.6, and close to 38.2 will be, call it another 100. So for now, we'll just anchor this one as of the based on yesterday close is this. Do you like this and see what happens? Because because the previous times when the four drawdown market made a pretty nasty reversal. It happens like this a lot when market goes oversold. It is oversold. Every 5% dip, okay, S&P is gonna go over. So this is 5.3 now compared to 5.1. So the S&P, which has made all these highs right there, compared to the Qs, which didn't, is just now just lining up with this swing, you know? So because now if you measure the actual move, this is measuring the exact move. This one is not. This one calculates the swing. You take out this high to this low, it's 5.4. So it's 5.4 against 7.1. So obviously tech is always going to be more than the S&P. So from all-time high, if the call from peak to trough is 5.4, this one is 7.1 with the 4 days of drawdown. So we'll see what happens. Are we going to come back down to retest this? Possible. Are we going to come down to retest 580? Yes. I mean, anything is possible. But I'm really curious now is to see how is these 3 weeks, because these whipsaws that everybody's trying to position, you basically just plain intraday reversals. These are just indecision bars, candles. There's nothing you can make out of them. So the next week plan is that are we gonna roll over back to 580 or do we make a move back to roughly, let's say, call it 620? That's the next week plan. So I know that everything is worst, but anything can change as well. According to, so we're halfway there, right here. This is the other half. So there's a positive here. Okay, here, 15. It's just the second half looks really like good. But the question now is not this. The question now is, you see, like this is whipsaws back and forth, and so does this. So we have one, two, three, four, and five. The five, like, sorry, I could take the index out. So four names. Okay. Slow start, rise up, slow. So I'm watching, see what happens. Um, the oth- the next 2 weeks does look that they would call it a relief rally or call it whatever you want to call it. Okay, things improves, it'll get worse. So on the rotation scale, on a weekly side, I don't have we have Netflix. We already had a big of a move. Meta is just down to 613 now. It's like they're they're getting close, Yeah, but then none of them are ready yet. Look what Amazon is. It's trying to form something here, but it's not ready yet. It will be eventually, but not yet. But on a daily time frame, but the main key is this. For a short term little small like a swing move, yeah, focus on this. The daily time frame, then we hunt for daily signals. Quick rotations, tons of tons of swing moves. So it's just the big money comes here in this time frame. Yeah, rotation sucks because the market breadth is just, you have way more the decliners than the advance. Yeah, Mag 7. Nvidia is the only stock has a swing up. All of them are down. And how they doing? This year to date. 17, Netflix flat, 18, 7, 3, 10, 8. When Canada is going to pick them up, and then the swing will confirm. They just, well, that's not there yet. But there's one thing that I know for a fact is this: none of these rotations are going this way. They're all going to go up one by one. There's a lot of buying opportunity coming in the market. When it will appear, well, and then I'm gonna have the scanner is gonna pick them up right there. It's an early sign, but it's still gotta work a bit more. Anything from a lagging will be heading toward the improving, and then from improving is heading toward the leading. It's a full circle, but that takes weeks and weeks and weeks, months.
Well, can you take a look at Netflix? Netflix is only green yesterday.
Netflix is, I mean, it's sitting right. I mean, it's wait, this. I mean, Netflix put a low here. Well, got the reversal here, sitting right at the mid, that 95-ish. The last 3 weeks, the high was 96.72. The mid band here is 95.68. So from the high was made here on from the low. This week and this week is circling around like 95. The swing is still down, the same thing it did. How it works: 1 bar, 2 bar, and you need a third one, right? Three to flip the swing, the swing. What happened? Lower bar. Kill the sequence. See? You need three. So it's the same thing with these two down. Okay. When you have two down, then you fighting for the third one to not to be down because that's what they call defensive bar, defensive candle. 3 weeks, and that's then you can say like, okay, yeah, you know, yeah, the low is confirmed because swing confirms it. Yeah, but people don't have guts to hold and wait for things to play. You know, you want to buy low, okay, fine. You can pick something here, but now you have to wait for the swing to flip. In order to swing to flip, you need three bars. One, two, no, not this one doesn't count. Lower bar now. You need three higher bars. Same thing here, let's say on Microsoft. Got so many of this. See? So this count as one because this is the outside bar made a low. Two bars. And what happened this week? Inside week. See? He doesn't want to put that third one yet. This is where the pause is right now. All these names. The Google swing is down. See the swing flips. Outside bar. That's one, two, three. So you have three now. These three. This three will flip the swing down. There comes another week that we may try to pop. Sold off. And then made another outside bar. So you need, so now, okay, let's say if Google holds this low, that's why I sold that, got rid of the spread. It's like, I'm done. We sold at what, 308, 309. You just get out of it. That's it because we're fighting this as well, and I own shares, but it's okay. I'm not gonna sell those, but just a small counter trend move. But let's say now this is one. Now you need another bar. So you need three of them in order to flip the swing. So you have to watch for the rotation and things like this to make the case. Amazon is the same thing. Low was made here. One, two, see, inside week. It's very like when you know like when you look at things how the closes are done on to end the week. It's just like you probably like thinking like how well this market is programmed. You know, it's like how prices like literally see on the third week it can flip, but no, it's want to make sure just keep them sideways. The inside week, same thing with Microsoft, because Microsoft and Amazon is looking for that third weekly higher bar, but didn't happen this week. See Amazon inside week, Microsoft inside week. Because these are the two stocks they're looking for a string to flip. Apple, no. Same thing here. Low, 1 week, 2 weeks, roll over. See? No third bar. That sequence right there is gone. You need 3 weeks, three candles. Inside week, higher bar, lower, lower. So now it has to eventually has to start a new sequence. 1 week higher bar, another week, another week. So that's 3 weeks it takes. So the same thing here on the rally up. See, low was made here, higher bar, lower, higher doesn't count. Down, up, down, inside, higher, down. You see, like just up and down, up and down, up and down. Look how much time it is here. This is from April 18, pretty much went all the way to August 1st. That's a lot, like what, month and a half or so? And then from here, it made a pop right there, took out this high right there. And then these pink arrows started week after week until here. It stopped, starting to start coming back down. So it will this will work, but this come first. So when Apple is here, this is why the price is struggling to turn around. When the Apple will, that's why I'm watching Amazon and the Microsoft. I was really hoping that Microsoft was gonna go this week, but it didn't. I was like, Jesus, just I was watching and like inside week, there's absolutely nothing to do right there. And I'm like, I am not trading this candle, that's for sure. Now watching these two, Amazon and Microsoft, because once the swing flip, yeah, it's just it doesn't instantly goes down. That's when you want to start buying. That will improve the rotation as well, and then the swing will go week after week. Now with the Nvidia is literally a dead money. Is even the fact that it's the only one has a swing up, but it's just completely sideways. So the high was made here, dip right there back to November low. See from November low, how many highs the S&P has made. See, everything is here from this November low. That's your major pivot point right there. Tesla, November low right there. Barely touched it. 380, 381 right there. Okay. Then Netflix took a huge drawdown. Microsoft, November, this is the April. So November was back here. It already took it down because of the software weakness right there. So it didn't really move higher at all. Meta, November low. That's April right there. November low. Rallied up. It just back to 600. Google, November low right here. Oh, sorry, that's December. Didn't make that because Google held pretty well compared to the others. That's where the November is right there. This. But see how much Google advanced to the upside when none of the other one did. You know, there's Amazon. This is the April low, and this is the November low right there, 215. You see, like how many of these stocks they rolled over. They already took out these November lows. That's Apple right there. See if you it just every stock is a little different, but you have a bit more strength on the Apple here, more strength on a Google here, but the Meta is another just sideways. Microsoft rolled over because of all the softwares. Netflix took all the beating right there. Tesla just tested it this week to this 182 mark right there. Close the week with another Doji. So Nvidia closed the week with a higher bar. Netflix was lower. Inside week, Meta down. Google outside week right there for Google. Amazon inside. Apple lower. You see, like the only stock that managed to make a high was Nvidia. Why? Because the swing is up. The rest is all everything is just literally all over the place. So we'll see how the next 2 weeks plays out. I mean, again, it's all depends on the rotation. Rotation is every the scanner is so terrible. The because of the market breadth is just so here was a story on the this is a daily right there. That's the buy signal right there. So does this. So the point for this was when the signal fires, next bar must be a higher bar. It could be an inside bar, it could be an outside, as long as you don't want to make a low. Okay. So the so yesterday, so we took out this low high right there. So the high, so the signal fires here, which was on Thursday. So then on Monday, oh sorry, yesterday on Friday, market opens. It took out this 671.65 high yesterday, as you can see right there. So the new high was 672.71 against this low of 665.87 and then end up going to 661.36. So what the candle did yesterday, it did rally off of this buy signal, but then it reverses, took out this high. These are the two. You need to break this high and you against this low. So price went up to 672, then it rolled down to 661. So it
What is the
called,
condition that the buy signal disappears?
huh?
What is the condition this buy signal disappears?
Another, and if it's gonna have another low, yeah, then it's gonna go. The market overall, I mean, it's not gonna the these are short-term potential bounces, short-term opportunities, and that could some of them can extend quite a bit. These are pretty powerful. This is actually the fourth one since the April. So the triggers here, the April low. Okay. The point which what it is once these are swing signals. The you have to expect the next week or the next day. Okay, you gotta have to have a pop in the price. That meaning that the price must be it takes out the previous day high, not the low. If the low gets taken out, then that means the signal doesn't work. So like from here, this was the April low, signal fired. which was Monday. Next day on Tuesday, see, made a higher bar, just fine. Then made another higher. You see, like it's keep going. So basically, what it is like as soon as the signal fired, you need to make sure the low right there of that day holds. It's the same thing here on this one. Signal fired, higher bar, and then it continues. But nobody knows that how the price will go day after day after day. But the point is this, which is we need to watch is if the low will hold or not. But they don't just appear. They just have to meet certain conditions. Is that's when they fire. So this is the third one at November low. And this is the fourth one it just triggered here. So it's still there. So we'll see what happens on Monday. If it cracks a lower, yeah, then it's not good. So I don't know. I mean, I have a pretty it could be I could be wrong, but I have a pretty good feeling that Monday is gonna be a on Monday is gonna be a pretty big pop in the market. If this only I'm only talking because of this. That pop is like, back to 672. If it makes a low, okay, well, it makes a low. Because the thing right now is the 3 bar swing, which is down. We need 3 days of higher highs, meaning Monday, like if this count as one, and then Monday could be an inside day, and then Tuesday. So that's makes three, 1, 2, and 3. So that's three of any low, and the swing flips. The line will goes like this. But right now the line is down. The line is down since this one. Anywhere the candle will turn red is when the swing turns the direction. So from here, it was down, full reversal. Swing turned down here, full reversal. Swing turned down here, full reversal. Swing turned down here, full reversal. It's crazy how this time the swing turned down hasn't turned up ever since because it's been 21 days now. It's gonna cut that rally up soon, but number is 21 now, but percentage wise is only 5%, which is normal. But it's taken a lot of time. So from here, she is not giving up three in a row to the upside. See, there's no three. Down, up, lower, lower. There was a very good chance here for the swing to flip, but it didn't. So you had a huge engulfing bar here. Then we had a higher bar. And look what happened on Tuesday, on next this day. See, lower bar. It took out this low. So that doesn't count. You need three. This is what I watch every day. I was like, okay, today is the day, or it's gonna flip or not. As soon as you're gonna take out the previous day low right there, so you just mark each day and high and low. See, one day, second day, then you're looking for this third day to break above 683, but it didn't. It actually making a low below 674. The new low was 673. Now the sequence didn't count. You need three in a row. So also we'll see. But it's been a very long time though. So they don't these ones don't appear that often. But I do. I mean I act. So we'll see what happens. Just a mess, man. Come on, it just so this. Oh boy, this one is so the March range is 4.2, and so where are we at? These boxes are very good. November was uh, November was 5.5. So 4. We might push another percent, but we're pretty damn close. Ranges is 5.5, 3.4, 3.1, 3.2. So you will have a meaning that you will have a pretty good idea how much is the S&P moves month to month basis. You know, this is November. I can go far back. We don't have to go that back. This was October. The same thing here. Take this low to this high. See, 5.6. This is the expansion. So we have 4.2. So far, we still got 2 more weeks to go. More than actually 2 weeks. Because we have next Friday will be 20th. The following Friday is going to be 27th. And the week ends on Tuesday on the 31st. So we have 2 weeks and 2 days, meaning 10, 10, 11, 12, 12 trading days. Yeah, I'm all, well, have little, half the month is still left. I don't see the market selling off in the next 2 straight weeks either. So if the seasonality plays, we'll do the work for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, we should expect a move back toward the 68. Just grind the thing back up. That's we're looking at the mid. The top right there is 69, 6,900. 68 right there, 68.25. That's a pretty healthy move. Toward here is 3% move right there. Toward the so any time whatever the price will end up finding a floor will mean revert back toward the mid band anyways. So anytime be like mean reward right back here. You know, we're trading in a lower band right now, on the lower side between the mid and the lower band of the cycle. Yeah, things will improve when we come and hit these upper band, but we're not there yet. You know, just we'll see what happens. We'll see. The crowd's driving by. The yeah, daily shows a potential, but need to focus on this. Those those daily whipsaws are, oh man, value turned lower. Look at that. The weekly swing turned down this week. Yeah, everybody who was choosing value, yeah, good luck now. You see the red candle right there? All green all this time until this week. Yeah, so time to get out of the value stocks. Yeah, right there, tipping over. This has already been down since November low growth because we haven't had a when when the swing flips. Okay, is this one is gonna turn green. You see, it's all black. I've scripted this thing like this, so it tells me which week the swing turns direction. So value just flipped this week. This has already been down since November. So it hasn't turned green. It's all black every, growth, same double dojis. Is all green. That was right here when the slip when the swing flipped. That was down toward that April low. The growth is just dead money. It just once this thing right there will shift, which it will, I know. It's gonna take time. Okay. And when we're gonna see one of these green ones, that's the indicator right there. That's when the rotation will confirm the price. But right now it's just not because it's sitting in a lagging quadrant. Very important growth value. Yeah, value, I would whatever you have. I mean, and once the swing turns down, it doesn't instantly flip either. Just keep that thing in mind. You see, like it turns down here, 2 weeks, it gives you a move, see, lower. You can get a bounce for a week or two, but the bounce right there has to basically stay below this number. Yeah, it took 3 weeks for price to make lower lows. Well, now we'll need 3 weeks for thing to turn back up. Yeah, weekly takes time. See right there, one lower bar, second lower bar, third lower bar. You have three in a row. So once the swing flipped back down toward this November low of growth, has haven't turned up ever since. Higher bar, lower bar, another push down. See, growth cannot get 3 weeks of higher highs. Now I got two double dojis right there. Yeah, I don't know. It's just this market has a pretty good history of making a pretty sharp move reversals. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's the Russell right there. It's okay. So here's a Russell. Got a buy signal triggered yesterday. I didn't even look at him. Yesterday right there. So now on Russell, we need 25.19 on Monday against 24.71. That's the play. Okay. So the last time it triggered back to the April low and here. So this is actually a second one on a daily time frame. It took a very, very long time. Dow right there did the same thing yesterday at the close. So now plus this has a throwover. So a sell signal triggered here. Here comes a buy signal in the Dow. Nothing on semis. So we have Russell, Dow. Yeah, Monday to me looks kind of. This one already has one. SPY. So that is fine. Nothing on XLK. Financials got one. That's why the financial had a bit of a pop yesterday that it kind of faded. Right there. Same rule. Signal fires here. You want to make sure this low holds and the same day hike has taken out, which it did here. But then you just have to wait for this thing to close. Oh, who else? This one got one. There's a lot of action. A lot of them. This Friday sell-off was it's a fake sell-off. Um, a lot of them triggered tons of signals on this screen. Signal here, higher bar, consumer staples. Energy got a sell signal here. Closed the day with the inside day yesterday. Yeah, energy is getting hammered left and right. It's gonna grab it. Just wait. Yeah, you're not gonna. These are very powerful sell signals. And you're not gonna make another high when this thing fires. Fires here, lower bar. Fired here, lower bar. Fired here, lower. Fired here, lower. Fired here, inside. It doesn't, you don't see that. So this is getting energy is it's the crude is it's capped at 123 anyways. Look at them. I'll be very surprised if crude will ever break 123. Yeah, that's the crude 120, what the 122 or 123 says that's the 261.8 extension. Yeah, there is not a chance in hell you're gonna break that on any time frame. You're gonna the price you're gonna stretch to 261.8. I think the crude is at 120 or something like that. 122 or 123 is this where this extension is sitting. Yeah, you're not gonna break that. Um, Healthcare, nothing. Industrial sold off pretty hard. You see how these sell signals do a lot of work, and no buys on these ones. Some of the utilities got one yesterday. Nothing on a real estate. Nothing on consumer communication. Dollar got one. That one I looked it up yesterday. See, it's triggered here, lower bar. Get another one. Gold, nothing, but settling back. I If I have to make a case of a gold, I think it's gonna go sideways for some time now because of the monster move the gold just made. Yeah, there's a very good chance that the gold is gonna start lingering around 5,000 level for some time, which is could be some sort of a triangle. Just do this entire monster move the gold had. Just stay sideways into this 5,000 mark. And you have a cycle which does the same thing as well. You know? So rallied up, took in a dip. So your line right there is doing the same thing on the price. See, it's just projecting almost sideways price action on gold. So there's nothing too much to chase here. Yeah, just could be a potential, could be some sort of a triangle or something. That's what most. It's the same thing what the market is doing right now, anyways. Rallied up, now chewed some time or something like this. See, huge move up, similar to the NDX, So yeah, there's a pretty good chance gold is gonna mess around this 50,000, 5,000. I know for a while. Silver, same thing. And really, Bitcoin got a sell signal yesterday. That's Saturday today, right now. So that's Friday. So the Friday pop right there. Getting a surprise. This is a Saturday right there because I think they're not updating over the weekend. Yeah, I got a sell signal here as well. And Bitcoin is just look at these weekly candles on Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin, the weekly swing turned down here. Okay, so it's been 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 weeks so far since it put up 60,000 at low. Because this is where, remember when the swing turns, especially on a weekly time frame, it just doesn't instantly flip either. That's why the Bitcoin is just in a complete mess right now. Ethereum, I focus more on a weekly the time frame. That's the most important one. Apple, nothing. Microsoft, nothing. Microsoft made a buy signal here and here. So there's a potential Microsoft can turn around. It's the same buy signal triggered here. Look at that move. Yeah, when I see, that's why I had that trade open on Microsoft because of this. So it was start moving up. I was like, I could just had a choppy inside week. Um, Tesla, a lot of buy signals coming here. So you're here, higher bar, triggered here, higher bar, triggered here, higher bar. So it had a um outside week for Tesla. That's ended up being a doji as well. You can see they're yellow. So and doji candles are once it turns yellow, it's it doesn't really define anything for the next week. Okay, because they just, you know, every doji now you can call it those gravestone dojis and dragon doji, whatever. They have different kind of names and stuff. But the overall concept of the doji candles are what is they are indecision bars. Buyers came in and then the sellers push it down. So you just have huge wick, hardly have any body. So it makes sense because doji can flip in either direction. The next one, So Amazon. You see, the point is Google right there. Google should see a pop on Monday. Google swing is up anyways. Meta down. I got two nice potential move to the upside. Netflix, same thing. Some of them it can literally nail the bottoms really good. An IGV that I added here with all the action going on. There's a buy signal here because still got 2 weeks, and now I look for a third week. See this the swing flip down here, and then hasn't turned up ever since. So the buy here. Everything is just a mixed bag. So there's a potential, but we're not taking. I mean, for counting just only one session, we need 3 days, meaning that we need Monday, we need Tuesday, we need Wednesday, we need 3 days of a higher highs for swing to flip. That has to come from where? It's gonna come from this side, XLK, financials. That's selling off pretty good. Consumer issue. This is weak as well. So these are weak. I mean the full picture is right there. This is what I watch every day. But I do flip flop kind of see what's going on, but tells you right there. Consumer discretionary, worst sector. Financials, the worst. Healthcare, the worst. Where healthcare is, right here. Where financial is, right here. Consumer discretionary, right here. It confirms it. That all the generals, okay, are in this star, in these groups. That's it. The full tech is all here. Financials, we know, all the banks and stuff. Communication, Google, Meta, Netflix, consumer discretionary, Amazon, test, tons of names. It's in this one. The most of them are all here. So these ones is here. Yum Brand, Win, Williams, Ulta, Tesla, Tractor, Easy. A lot of names here. Nike, fucking rat, man. I hate this freaking company. It's not like the trade didn't play out, but I just personally hate this company. This one and Disney. These are two failed companies, in my opinion. Nothing special about Nike. They lost their edge a long time ago. It's desperate to run after all these athletes. so they can wear their jersey and promote their brand. It's just people are tired of Nike, to be honest. Just nothing too. It's not one of those. It's not one of those wow brand. You know? Yeah, I mean, I have a pair of Nike. I mean, it just okay. That's fine. But there's, you know, the clothing lines and all that. It's just nothing. Lulu quality is much better than Nike. And Marriott, Las Vegas. There's a lot of names here. Carnival, Chipotle. And this one right there is there's a tons of things. The one names are gonna be coming up. This is the daily one. Look, it's a complete mess. Things all over the place. Booking and Best Buys is the only two. Yeah, right there. Lost momentum right there. I have never seen a rotation. Sorry, the uh, rotation like this. Four names. Remember last week or 2 weeks, there was probably like 15, 16. Now it's down to four. I never seen this. This is probably the worst rotation I've ever seen. Once this number is gonna go up to 60 plus, is when the market breadth will improve and tons of signals gonna come. We're down to four names now. Cincinnati Financial is already glued here. CrowdStrike is one, and this Paycom. That's it. What's the third one? Fourth one, right there. ServiceNow. So we already played this one a week before. I'm still watching this one because this doesn't have a weekly buy signal yet. Okay, it was a daily signal that I took when I closed the trade, and keeping an eye on this one and CrowdStrike touching this. That's it. We need more leaders. And now if where they are just a regular, just will do 50, they just see they're here, which are they gonna turn around, but they're just not ready yet. Anything in red. See? Palantir, we played Palantir as well. Close that one. And the ones that are gonna be showing weakness, these are the ones that we don't want to touch now. Because most of their swings probably down now, or I bet you probably like 90% of them already have sell signal. 27 names. These names. No trade on these names. Carvana is here. CRL, UAL, Delta, Citi, Goldman Sachs, Biotech, Dollar Tree, Steel Dynamic, STLD. I played this one to the up. So just these names right there, just no, you have no position on these names. I'm gonna be puking in the coming weeks. This one probably. Let me see what this. Uh, see, it's already weakening now. There you go. Pulling back. Any of these names. GE, it's healthcare, weekly. See, got hit with a sell signal here. It's been weakening ever since. Swing is down. Yeah, you don't want to CO something RVTY right there. This is the one. Uh, yeah, they're now pushing back there. Yeah, no, these 27 names. No, it's nothing. There's nothing there. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to show you. Look at this. Semis all over the place. NVIDIA is glued right there to the center, the poster child. This one is, does arm holding has the potential. See, swing is up. I might buy this one next week. Kind of like it's right here toward 130, the 113. My swing is up anyways. Rotation is improving. Might take a swing at this one. So remind me that. And then we have this big right there. Just very choppy. Just no, what the hell to do with this 2 point range? Literally just dead money. And this kind of a chop for that many weeks is gonna explode in either direction. Yeah, bigger the base, bigger the breakout. You see right there on just, a, just an example. Just an example. See Apple one-sided, huge move. And bigger the base, then breakout is gonna be crazy. It's called store energy. The 16 weeks. So that's 16 weeks. Now, but every stock is different. This one is 8 weeks so far, so 2 months. Yeah, Apple went 16. That's why Apple got a huge run to the upside. Qualcomm is here. Broadcom is here. Nvidia is glued. AMD is weakening. The rest of the names are all here. They're starting to show it. It's trying to lose some momentum. Well, that's
Here's
semis.
MU.
Huh?
MU.
I don't know. MMU here. Probably back there. Oh, yeah. It's losing as well in the coming. Not there. It's still in leading, but it's definitely losing momentum. So MU is here. Yeah. Strong stock, and I got it with a time signal this week. Sell signal triggered here. Hasn't made a new high ever since. This was January 30th. And it's just trying to absorb this move that it had. It had all the way to the upside. So now it got time signal here because it's pretty capped here to the upper band of the cycle. It's making high, just reversing back in, back up right away. So it's just huge move and go sideways now. Yeah. Remember this. A lot sometimes market comes back down like this, stop out all the weekends, and then make a move higher. Most of the time, it's this expansion, compression, expansion. That expansion range will confirm the growth has to confirm, meaning this. Once this confirms, then watch the market breadth, and that's when the scan will light up. Scanner will light up. It's going to start showing 50, 60 plus names. Then the buy signal is going to trigger left and right. That's it. Don't have much. I'm only watching this. I'm kind of keeping little people entertained on the Twitter as well. Just to um, some people that got really, really very every single day, dude just wakes up and make threats to the whole world. Um, yeah, I'm just posting just to get I mean, like I understand is uh, like the there's not that much opportunities to be honest, to throw trades. But that doesn't mean it's gonna stay like this. This is where a lot of traders lose their edge, patience, blow up their accounts because you know trading too many positions all at once and thinking that it's just we're not in the expansion phase yet. That's the key. Once the expansion will trigger, everything will change and system will pick up everything. I know the shift in the market, so we'll see. There's gotta be patience. That's all it is. I know it's just a lot of people have uh, the thing is like the we're just gonna print money for 12 straight months in a row. Yeah, well, but that doesn't happen. You know, market doesn't owe us nothing. So just everything that just got pushed down here is just it's gonna take some time. That's all it is. See many healthcare is. I don't even look at these rotations to be honest. I just run scans. I don't even have to run scans. It does everything for me here anyway. So NASDAQ 100, S&P 100, I got all both of them side by side. Daily, weekly, you can do daily, weekly here. Yeah, there's one stock, crowd, this one. What's that? All 99 is RG when it turns true. Is when the rotation is ready. Same thing here, service now. That's it. There's only two names. Service now, and I already played this, right? It's showing that crazy move because the stock split. I already played that one, so we can look into it to go back in again. And we have a crowd strike here, nothing else. And once we'll go to the S&P 500, then we're down to only another. So Citizen Bank or Paycom or what else? That's not what the fourth one was. It's nothing. Yeah, you go to a smaller time frame, yeah, you're gonna see a little bit more action. See, now you got four names: Micron, Nvidia, Seagate, and and this Western Digital. So Western Digital is here. Swing is down. Oh, buy signal, yeah. So I need true here. I need signal here, true, and true here. It's Nvidia and Micron. So the Micron here on the weekly time frame is here. So on the daily time frame, Nvidia, Microsoft, we have MetLife. That's one. Now this is the one that you need to pay attention to. Oh, sorry, it's this one. Signal, true, rotation, confirmed. That's the one to take a shot. City, no. American Express, yes. Rotation is confirmed, so does the signal right there. You need true these two to be true. Yeah, there's nothing here. All false. This side swing confirms a swing signal and the rotation confirm first, then the signal. And work together. I've took a lot of trades from here like this. But these are the ones that you look for. So CUF rotation is confirmed. So all we gotta do now is mark this low, take the swing high of this. We don't have to go that far. Just take the swing high and low. So the upside 188. The rotation is improving anyways. So I mean, I don't. I'm very selective what I trade. So it just registered. daily here. My focus always on you want weekly time frame. This. When we come down to this, see, it's only two names on both sides. NASDAQ 100, S&P 100. Okay, hour and a half. Much time to roll. This is not much to cover. Stop.